All right. Hello. It is week 3. This is might be coming out a little later. This was a bit of a long week for me. Um, it was actually 1.5 weeks. I did the morning pages most days. I missed 2 of them, and just life's been a little hectic. I wasn't able to do the reading in time. Nonetheless, the tasks at the end, those were kind of hard. It just took me a couple of days to really sit on it. And I still haven't really finished the last couple, but um, just wanted to get this check-in done. It's been quite long of a week. I've been just busy running around. Um, for the artist date, I had actually gone to 2 of them this week. I don't know why, but I just wanted to. So, the first one was the Crocker Art Museum. That was really cool, actually. I have a lot to talk about for that. Oh my God, so many beautiful pieces supposed to be. This is what I was hoping, uh, I would get from that first one, that Smud one. I forgot what it was called, but um, it just wasn't as cool as this. And there was just so much to see. There was 3 floors, and I started at the top, and I didn't even make it to the second floor until I had to leave. But I plan on going back and looking at the first and second floor as my next artist date. And then the other one I did was go to this Muay Thai gym. I just been really wanting to for a while and kind of procrastinating, like uh like needing someone to go with me, or oh, I need to just whatever, just making excuses to not go. And so then I just sucked it up. I went, and it was actually so fun. I'm so glad I did it. It's just their hours are kind of strange. Like, it's quite expensive, but they're not even really open much. So I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna pay for this, like 500 for 3 months, but I'll probably only make it once a week. I'm like, that's not really worth it. Um, but the Crocker Art Museum, what I noticed there was, I didn't really care much for the realistic pieces or portraits. Those, they're cool, but none of them, I didn't stop and look at any of them. All the abstract ones, oh my God, those were all so cool. And there was an event, I think it was called Kaleidoscope, and this artist, I'm probably gonna say it terribly wrong, Jamex de la Cruz. But oh my God, it was so good. He makes this, where it's kind of prismatic, where you look at it this way, it's an image, and then when you kind of turn slightly, it shifts a little bit. Most of his pieces were like that, and you could look at it for an hour, and then you will see something new. It's just crazy. You could look at it for so long and still not see everything on it. It's so cool. There's so much detail and so much random how do you think of this type of stuff? Um, but I would recommend that. And the statues, those were so cool. Seeing all the how realistic it was, especially cloth, and it was this one lady, and she was it looked like she frozen in time, and then her dress is, it was just crazy. It looked like something about it just spoke to me. And so that was one thing I learned about myself. I didn't know that I liked those so much. I'd been to this museum before, but it's kind of different when you go with somebody. You kind of feel rushed. So I was really spending 10 minutes just looking at the ones I like, and each one. And so it was nice to just go at my own pace. But what was it? That and the abstract stuff really spoke to me. Um, I took a lot of pictures and I read a lot about it, but I'm just excited to go back and what else am I gonna see? Because I felt so inspired to go record after and just make something cool. But yeah, I did that. I posted my first music video. I was very nervous about that, And even in the caption of it, I say I was nervous to post it, but hey, that's a win for me, and I'm gonna go find some way to like treat myself or something. Um, I also got shadow banned for the first time. I didn't even know that was a real fucking thing. I always hear about like these content creators are like, oh, I got shadow banned, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That happened, and it was so tough. It was like on that music video that I posted, like getting out of my comfort zone and like just feeling awkward about it, but I'm like, fuck it, just doing it anyways. And it's the only one that has like 0 views. Like the rest of them, even it's like stupid shit. It would get like a couple of likes and views in like the first like second I posted. This one, whole day went by, not a single person saw it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I took it down. I reposted it again with like different hashtags, and this time it's doing a little better. But man, that kind of sucked. And then I posted it on YouTube, and they took it down, saying it's a copyright thing. I was like, I bought the fucking beat. What do you want from me? But that's not here or there. This chapter was actually really interesting. There was I'm kind of just rush through it because I'm not about to just read the book to you, but I'll tell you like some of the like main points and stuff that stuck out to me. So start off talking about anger and how to listen to it and heed the message of it instead of just finding ways to diffuse it. That part really stuck out to me because I was so used to like, okay, you feel like overwhelmed or angry or something, go like walk it off or like go to the gym and like you like relieve your stress and just do that or like take a cold shower or something like that, like just not listen to it, right? And the way she described it of like, oh, what did she say? Something really cool about how it's like anger is meant to be listened to. Anger is a voice, a shout, a plea, a demand. Anger is meant to be respected. Why? Because anger is a map. Anger shows us what our boundaries are. Anger shows us where we want to go. I just thought that was really lovely. And how it's like it used this analogy where it's saying like anger is that that friend that like it's like one of those like really blunt friends. Like most people see this friend as like hella mean or like an asshole, but like this is just really like one of your most loyal friends. And like describing anger as a loyal but kind of irritating friend, that just made so much more sense to me, And yeah, that part just really stuck out to me. It talked about synchronicities. That was cool. I feel like I already knew the gist about most of that, like just from like other stuff and like just doing that for a while. It talks about like taking that first step, which like I understand, like that you take the first step and then the universe like leads the way. It's like all about that action step. It's just it didn't really resonate too much because I've already taken that action step, I feel like, and I feel like I'm good at doing that. Like even if it's like uncomfortable or something, I feel like I am pretty good at, if I ask for something, I'm also gonna go like work for it and like really try before I just give up. I'm not gonna just give up without really trying my best at it. And so yeah, that part, it was cool. It was good information, but it didn't resonate too much with me just because I feel like a lot of that I already knew. But it talked about, oh, this one was good, shame and dealing with criticism. Those are really cool because like, especially lately, I've been looking for criticism. Like I've had a lot of music I've been working on. I've like a lot of songs, like 12, like 15 songs I've just been sitting on and just like sending to people. I don't know why, but like, I think it's like this need for validation or something that I'm also trying to work through and get rid of. But um, what was I saying? Let me backtrack. I said, right, I'm sending my music to other people looking for criticism, and it was basically saying there's good and there's like bad criticism, no one to really take it. And every time you take bad criticism, when it's like just something like demeaning or like just something that just puts you down, that doesn't really like help, like the good criticism always gives you this like aha moment, like it like sheds light on this other path you weren't thinking about. And so I thought that was a really good way of putting it. And then how every time you have bad advice or bad criticism, the only thing you could do is heal. Like, no matter how small or little, the first thing you got to do is heal. Because it's also said, oh, it was so good. Abusing your artist child leads to rebellion, and then rebellion leads to blocks. And so, like, that's why you have, like, writer's block and stuff. And because you're abusing your inner child. And that just makes so much sense to me. And so, I had to highlight that part and underline it. So yeah, that was that. The what's the word, tasks this week, those were kind of hard. It was just asking for just a lot. Like, I'll tell you what it was asking for and you'll know what I mean. So the part that I stopped at was dead people. List 5 dead people you wish you met and 5 dead people you wish to hang out with, right? That part, it was just too many dead people for me to think of. But I'll go in order. The first one was describe 5 traits you like in yourself as a child, 5 accomplishments from childhood, and then 5 favorite childhood snacks. I kind of skipped the snacks one because I feel like for the most part I still like the same things I did when I was a kid. But the traits I like in myself, this one took me a little minute too, just having to like reflect on that stuff, But I'm glad I did it. I put down, as a kid I was very empathetic, good at talking to anyone at any age. I learned fast. I was curious and playful. Those ones, some of those I still feel now, but like some I would like to get back to, or I get scared I'm straying away from, But those are 5 traits that I liked about myself, genuinely. Accomplishments, let me try that one more time. Stood up for others, good grades, tried different sports, emphasis on tried. I sucked at every single fucking one. I was the worst on the team, every team. It was awful, but god damn it, I tried. I was out there. So, I gotta give myself props for that. I remember, oh yeah. So, this one, I kind of like didn't know if I should put it because it felt like it sounded kind of like corny or cringy. But I would always hear like the adults around me say I was wise for my age. And so that's cool, it means you're like, oh, you're really mature and stuff. But I've always just felt so immature growing up. So that's why I kind of feel like phony saying that, But at times I do feel like it resonates. Just most times I feel like, damn, I don't think I am that mature. I feel immature compared to my peers. But that's said. The next one was habits. List 3 bad habits and what I gained from them. This one was also pretty good. Like obvious one, like smoking. Makes me feel better and fast tracks my creativity. But I would rather have God be the source of my creativity and not using weed as a crutch. You know what I mean? And then another habit, which isn't like a direct habit like you would think of, but the act of not making time to pray or meditate and not making time for music. I I do make time for music. It's just not as much as I could be, and there's no one else I could really blame. I could just move stuff around, but I choose not to. And what I gain from that is um, fulfilling other parts of my life, or simply just wasting time, like not doing nothing. And so, of course, I could cut that, just bullshit, not doing nothing. But other times, I am like going to the gym or going to work or hanging out with my girlfriend or my mom or something. So, like, it is fulfilling other areas of my life. But even then, I could be better at my time management, especially for the meditating for like 10 minutes a day and praying at night before I go to bed. I just got to get better at that. But, you know, not that, you know what I mean. The next one was friends. List 3 nurturing friends and list the traits they have that serve me well. So I said, my best friend Shane. He brings the most sense of play for me, and he is nurturing and supportive. And by play, I mean like he's like the person I could be the goofiest around. Like the jokes we have are just so fucking stupid. Like they're not even really funny, but they're so hilarious when I'm like laughing about it with him. And also like just sparring, because I feel like that's the closest thing I have to play. Like just sparring, like it's fun, you know. And then my other friend Andrew, I would put him down as supportive as well. Every time I have a question about this YouTube stuff or really anything technology or like sparring, fighting, stuff like that, he's always a huge help. He never hesitates, always calls me back. And he also offers that sense of play because me and him spar a lot. And so definitely really value that. And then my girlfriend, she definitely supports me. And she supports me by being my muse, especially for the love songs, you know? And so, yeah. And for the next one, it is admiration. List 5 people I admire, 5 people I secretly admire, and what traits they have that could cultivate me further. This part, I didn't do it exactly like that, because I know what it really meant by admire and secretly admire, because I couldn't even really think of like people I admire like that, you know. But let me turn on the light, it's kind of dark. Okay. But yeah, so it's not really like secret, and it's just people I admire. And then I'll repeat a couple. So then the first one is my voice coach or my teacher at school. Professor Paulson. He's just really dope. He's got a lot on his plate, but he handles it very well. And so then I would just like the traits, his traits of being so hardworking and his time management. That is one thing I definitely think I could improve on. And he's a huge I definitely admire how he does it, how he handles it, you know. X, one of my favorite musicians ever. I admire his musical expression and delivery, mainly his like vulnerability in his delivery and his writing and lyrics. I love how he writes, you know. Him and Frank Ocean as well. Both of them. Just love the delivery and just the expression. Like, there's no other way to put it. They do it so well. And then I have Kanye and Young Thug for their creativity. Just thinking of shit nobody else thinking of. Oh my God. I definitely admire that. My mom for her hard work and determination, being able to do so much and provides so much for me on her own, and yeah, there's so much to admire about her. I have my uncle, my duty mama guy right there, and then Cal, my family friend, and another father figure, very close. I admire how they could talk or get along with anybody. Like, you could be a stranger, like you could just be in line, and he'll strike up a conversation, and you'll feel like you guys are best friends by the end of this conversation. By the time you get your food and at the end of this line, I always admired that about them, and yeah. Uh, then this one's funny. I did Kanye again for his confidence and believing in himself. I feel like that's something I lack sometimes. I get insecure. I get very in my head and overthinking a lot, and yeah, just sometimes doubtful. Um, Not enough for me to really quit, but I definitely still feel doubt, and I admire how I don't think he feel doubt like ever. You um, I added my therapist, um, and I admire his grounding and his introspection. I think he's just very good at that one. Like for a therapist, you you would think, but that's another thing I admire. One thing I think I could definitely get better at. And then I got my mom again, but this time for her patience. I definitely need to improve on my patience. Like with people, I feel like people get on my nerves quite easily. Um, just things in general. It don't take much. I kind of get irritated fast. So just want to be a little better at that. And even in another way, I need to be more patient with this music stuff. Like, just remember, like, I'm not really trying to be an overnight sensation. Like, it'd be cool, don't get me wrong, but what I'm doing, it's like slowly but surely type of thing. Like, I'm trying to build something a little long term, like longer lasting. So I just have to remain patient and not get so irritated. Like, why am I not further along and all that BS. But that for patience, and my girlfriend for not caring what others think. She's been actually really great at helping me get out of this being in my head, I guess, so like judgmental of myself, and like kind of like social anxiety type of stuff. And so she helps with that because she doesn't feel that. And so I definitely admire that a lot. And then the last one was dead people. This is kind of where I had stopped, or like I didn't really finish. List 5 dead people I wish I met, 5 dead people I want to hang out with. So 5 dead people I wish I met. I can only really think of celebrities for this one, like dead celebrities. So I put X, one of my favorite artists, Juice WRLD. He was also I think he's just really dope in a lot of ways. Robin Williams, very interesting. I honestly wish I was able to have a real like conversation with him. Like, seems like such a cool guy, but him, Einstein, kind of just curious. Tell me something I don't know. you know. And then the last one is Vivienne Westwood. Love her jewelry and all the stuff she's created. I think it's so dope. And then being a designer for Sex Pistols, that's just, I'm sure I could learn a lot from her. So I just think that'd be really dope if I was able to meet her. And then hang out with, this is where I was able to do people I know. This is where I only had 2 options. I would just talk to Duty Mama and then my dad's dad, Baba. He died when I was 1. I didn't really get to talk to him much, but everyone, the only thing people would ever tell me about him was that he just loved me very much, and he would just be spend time with me all day, but I was 1, so I don't remember. But yeah, I would definitely want to hang out with him now that I'm conscious, I guess. But yeah, that's where I'm at for this week. Um, I'm kind of excited to watch this back. At the end, I I'm gonna do better this week. I'm not gonna procrastinate so much on like the reading and the tasks. I'm gonna get it done. Even the morning pages, I'm kind of just like doing like one and a half pages in the morning, and then at the end of the day I'll do the rest. But then like even this week it was a little worse than that. I would just do 1 page a day, and so then that was like my excuse to like make it a couple more, you know, like, oh, I haven't done enough pages for the week, you know what I mean, like 21 pages at the end of the week. Um but yeah, I'm gonna get better at that. I will try the Muay Thai gym again. Um, Try to start praying more, meditate. I've been working on music again. I'm out of that writer's block, which is great. Yeah, I also wanted to add that. That's the reason I kind of was missing. Um, like some days I was not doing the reading I was supposed to because I felt inspired and wanted to work on music. And so I figured since I'm doing this book to for the music, might as well work on the music, you know. But there's 24 hours in a day. I can make the time to do both, you know. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. Um, Nothing else to say. So I'll see you next week.